Hello, hello, hello. It seems like there's a lot of a delay. Oh no, the delay is me. Well, no, there's still a bit of a delay. Hello, hi, how is everybody? All right, I'm checking Twitch. Twitch is funky. Twitch is being really funky. At least on my screen. Oh no, it's just my phone. It's just my phone. Wow. On a Twitch's connection is unstable, but it's fine. Yeah, things seem to be fine-ish. But yeah, no, hi, how is everybody? This is the first dual stream, which is why I'm like a little not anxious per se. I'm a little bit uh uh no, not anxious is the right word. I'm a little bit anxious. Sort of like the first day that I started streaming on Twitch, a bit over a year ago now. Mm. All right. Time to hear my voice so many times I go insane. Alrighty. All right. All right, lowering the volume a little bit on my my stream on YouTube. Hi, my cat just wanted in. There we go. There, there's something a little bit interesting with YouTube, and that is that I can rewind on the stream as it's live. Oh, my cat is now on my lap. Hi. Hi. Hi, Missy Miss. Wow, the delay is interesting. All right, there we go. I'm, why does it have an hour mark on the time, like on the right time on on YouTube? That's interesting. Maybe there's an hour limit. I don't know. Ah, mwah. Alrighty. But yeah, no, I may go insane. There is a little bit of a different delays. Stream health is poor. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being seen often enough, which can cause buffering. File settings. I don't know what that means. Is it in video? That's something I'll fix another stream because it doesn't seem like I can fix that. It doesn't seem like I can fix that. During stream, it seems that it locks me out of changing settings, which is a good thing, by the way. But also, I should probably start the music. There we go. Okay. It's telling me that the stream health is poor. Let me be live. Okay, that's just the delay. Alright. Alright, there we go. Very good. Alright, I'm hearing the music, and I suppose, without further ado, let me pop that open. And then for anybody catching me live on YouTube, this may be the first time you're seeing this, you can go check out all the VODs that I've released. As of now, I'm completely caught up. I also released a thing as of 11 minutes ago. That was Sunday's VOD. That's very cool and awesome. Alright. It seems that it's coming in clear even though it's saying poor. That's something I'll keep an eye on. Okay. Bam. But yeah, no, here's the stuff. Here's the thing. This is, what we've done for the Alvida Pirates so far. I have this overlayer to sort of show, light to dark, like, in sort of a front to back, and then under the, proper shading, we are going to be doing, you know, actual shading. I have both chats open on my phone. Alright. I'm gonna mute, my YouTube studio thing. Why? Keyframe interval too high? What's that about? Like on Twitch too? Why is my keyframe interval too high? How do I fix that? Settings. That has not been a thing ever? OBS keyframe interval. No, I don't want videos, I want images. Open image, a new tab. The correct keyframe interval is set based on the streamer and their requirements from a stream. The keyframe interval value of 0 means that the stream is set to automatic instead of 0 seconds. Ah. Okay, that's an output. Or it should be an output. We are figuring out issues. Okay, I am an output. Video bitrate is 5,000 kilobits per second. Audio is 160. I'm looking for keyframe. I apologize. I'm trying to figure things out. Okay, where? Let's see, oh, that's an older version. Uh, all right, it should be fine. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that. Okay, so this is darker. That's very good. I'm keeping an eye on the streams. A buffer is fine. It sounds like I'm doing good. Double checking. YouTube is I. All right, so anybody viewing on YouTube, I will let you know what's up, right? So because Twitch has very particular terms of service when it comes to shared chat, I've had to make a separate canvas for you guys over on YouTube. And so that means that it's a bit different for you guys. I would like to just be able to have both chats on the Twitch side so that there's only one canvas going through, right? That would be great. That would be wonderful, but that's not how things are. So it seems to me like stuff is being funky. Is it because I lowered it to 30 frames per second? Like I changed it to 30 FPS and now there's an issue? It's possible. One of my cats wants me to open the door. Hello. Hi, Gracie. It's good to see you. Come, relax. As you could probably tell, by the title, it is a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, a little pun, because they're doing shading. They sure, yo, the Alvida pirates sure are shady characters, but testing out how things go on YouTube, you know how it is. Actually, you don't know how it is. It's a big thing I've been wanting to do for a while now, actually, is dual stream to YouTube, and it seems like things are fine. I think maybe the interval between the frames is a little too long for everything's liking, because I've made everything 30 frames to save on bandwidth a little bit, because streaming once, only streaming to Twitch meant that I was doing it at 60, and if I was streaming to both like I am, then that would be double the internet bandwidth. And there were some problems with internet usage somewhat recently. If you've checked things out on the channel, then you may know, because I've definitely talked about it before. I don't actually know about that, but I think maybe this shading will be good. I don't know. Mayhaps. Also, I'm trying to be sort of not too overzealous, but definitely enough. Definitely enough that It's always better to reduce shading rather than add more, I think. At least that's my opinion. A lot of, at least how I do shading, it feels a lot more like sculpting than it does, uh, illustrating. Because, like, a lot of it is pulling back and adding and pulling back and adding and shifting around and so on and so forth, until what you have is good enough. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I don't, I don't know if we're gonna be, you know, finishing the shading today, but there's definitely going to be a lot of shading done and a lot of shading to do. And what I want to get to is at about 3. Like if I'm feeling good, uh, if I'm feeling good about continuing after 3 p.m. my time, then I will be working more on assets stuff because that's stuff I want to get done. Uh, I don't think I've made a lot of progress on the fortune teller since the last time I showed it off. But I'd like to make more progress. I'm honestly probably about halfway done with the shading on the character, like on the model, because the actual model is just the head bits and uh the like arms, or like the forearm with the hand, and the hands are a sprite sheet so that there's an animation of them going like back and forth over uh the the I forgot the word orb, uh the orb. And that orb, of course, is where chat's gonna be. I also need to figure out how to get channel points and redeems on YouTube, because there is a way to do it. There is a way to do it. However, takes it takes having a third party bot in chat. I think like it or maybe not a bot. I forget exactly what, but it takes a third party something or other. And what was I saying? Yeah, it takes having a third party something or other, and I would really like to be able to just have that in YouTube proper, because I don't want any of y'all to be left out once I get all this stuff situated. Let me look up something real quick. YouTube stream time limit. Uh, it looks like maybe something may have been wrong there. That's fine. Okay, the activity feed is only showing me stuff on, like, stuff on my Twitch, which is fine. I'm keeping tabs on the YouTube. It's, it's not like I'm, making you guys go without. Oh, I just remembered something I wanted to talk about. I brought this up on the server, on the Discord server. In both chats, you can exclamation point Discord. Yeah, you could do exclamation point Discord in the chat and get a link to the Discord. There's also a link to it in the description of the YouTube. But yeah, no, like I brought this up. I sent this in main chat. Uh, but Discord's like, weird privacy shit is gonna be rolled out, which means cancel your Nitro. Cancel it. If you have it, no, don't. Like, literally, don't support them. I don't have Nitro, and I don't plan on getting it. And they're trying to shitify non-Nitro Discord so that it's like, you're incentivized to get it, but just muscle through it. Just at this point, just muscle through it. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Wow, it's almost like everything's gotten so much worse since that one CEO that used to be a part of Activision Blizzard and King, the Candy Crush company. Yeah, ever since they became the CEO of Discord, everything's gotten worse. Everything's worse now. If it gets bad enough, right, I will swap over the like my professional Discord stuff over to something else. I don't know what yet. There are a couple of options. There we go. Let me open up live chat again. There we go. I accidentally closed live chat. That is very useful. That's very useful and powerful. Maybe I should focus on the club a little bit. The club and the hands and everything. Have it connect, like, I don't know, here-ish? That fits within where the shadow's gonna be, so I'm not gonna touch that. I'm glad to see that things are actually working today. God. It was bad on Sunday. But yeah, I realized the mistake I made, and it was a stupid mistake that cost me much of my mental health. Is that I forgot to reconnect my YouTube account when I changed the name. Like, there was a bit ago, I changed the name, not the at of this YouTube channel, but the name. I changed it from Bajongle's VODs to Bajongle's On Demand to, like, prepare for when I was gonna start dual streaming. But yeah, and like when I changed that, uh, it still saw the account just as well as it did before, because like I said, it's the same app, right? It's the same account, it's the same everything, but it wouldn't work. And so, if you're thinking of starting to dual stream onto YouTube and any other platform as well, I recommend not making the same mistake I did. Make sure to alpha lock that. Also, I'm trying to, you know, this is meant to be, good, obviously. However, I'm not particularly picky. Okay, so the middle is about there. And so I should actually probably have it something like this. But yeah, no, and I'm gonna be blending this together. And so, like, I will be, as I will be blending it, I keep losing my train of thought. If you couldn't tell, I have, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. That works-ish. Don't want it to be too much of a W, but also you don't want it to be not enough of a W. Because like on the side, it'll be like this, right? This is what it looks like on the side. And with this, because it's poking out, I don't know, I'm sort of bullshitting here. Like, I've had practice at this point. A lot of practice. But I will not claim I know what I'm doing. Some of my friends ask me for art advice, and I can't give it because I'm not a very good art teacher. Which is why I'm not trying to teach art. However, in the future, like I keep saying, I want to I want to educate people on nature and fucking history and shit like that. And I am better at teaching people how to do that stuff. Or, you know, teaching people about that stuff, rather. Pretty few. How do I... Okay, so if it's going straight down, that's going... I don't know. I don't know how to do a lot of these spikes. I'll just sort of do this one, I guess. This one will have less of a highlight, I think. Oh, let's see. So this, right? This will automatically be shaded because of this above it. Right? This is going like that. So, something like this. Oh God, I just remembered. Let me look over on my Tumblr. Wait, so you can get the link to that in multiple places. Uh, there's this artist I follow on there, named Gnarly Ghost. GNARLYGHOST, no space. I'm just gonna do this as a screenshot to show you guys. I reposted this. I reblogged this, if you will. Uh, and I just want to show you guys how good this art is. Again, it is Gnarly Ghost, GNARLYGHOST. Where are my screen? Where's my honey? Where's my screenshots? Why do you need it? All right, found my screenshots. It's not being one of my pinned window or not my pinned folders. Let me get rid of that for a moment. Like this, right? You can see the obvious like cartoony style, right? It's very exaggerated. I've seen some of Gnarly Ghost's other stuff. As you can especially see it in like skulls and skull-like faces, where like they're very much influenced by Mike Mignola. I'm seeing a bit of like Nimona art style as well. Some Steven Universe, some Adventure Time. I'm seeing a lot of that in their art. But like what I want to draw people's attention to is the mastery of composition as well as lighting and shadow. Like the lighting and the shadows and everything, like all of this is absolutely spectacular. I I'm I'm full of envy. I will one day be as good as that. In my own way, of course, but for now I am not. Regrettably, I am not that skilled. Uh, I almost forgot to shade the most important part. I'm debating on whether or not I want to shade like one layer of shading at a time for all of them. Oh, you don't need to get off my lap. Sorry. My leg was falling asleep. I'm really sorry. But yeah, no, while I was doing that, my leg was falling asleep, but now it's starting to wake up. And it is agony. The blood rushing back into my leg feels like, bad. It feels bad. I think of it as fully worth it. I love when my cat is in my lap. Sometimes it's just the price you pay. Oh God, now it's really starting. Oh boy. It feels like a mix of hot and cold and tingly and numb. Like I'm feeling everything and nothing at the same time. Wrong thing to get rid of. I like my alpha lock. Thank you. One thing I really want to do is get my hands on a second computer and then like link. There's already an extra computer in the house, by the way. It's not like buying a new computer, which is, oh dear God. Imagine buying a new computer and there's just no RAM because they decided it was more profitable to take out the RAM, sell the RAM separately, and then like that shadow's a little too much. That's I think that's right. Oh, you want out? Oh boy, my leg. I love you. Oh, but yeah, no. And then like sell you a RAM-less computer, and then you have to buy the fucking RAM. And you know how bad that is. I hate AI. AI is bad. AI sucks. Generative AI has no purpose. Somebody has returned home. I think that's why my cat got excited. There we go. Maybe a little bit more of this, because again, there's gonna be more color bands of shading, right? And then it's gonna get blended, and then I might end up having a gradient map added to this, which today is Tuesday. Bajongles is going to add a gradient map. It is his favorite activity. Also, the music that's playing, for those who are wondering, is the Outer Wilds soundtrack. It's what I play for every stream. Well, not every stream, but you know, I play it for most streams. That's definitely gonna get switched up for some of the programs. Once those are ready. But like, you know, it's good music. It's good music. Shut up. It's good. But you know, so like, the live readings, right? The live book readings are probably gonna have like soft, royalty-free, like jazz-esque music, you know the type, with like the sound of crackling fire. You know, like a fireplace. Because I feel like that's the perfect ambience, or ambiance, if you will, for doing that sort of thing. And once I'm done with the fortune teller, that's what I'm gonna start on. And again, I apologize to people on YouTube maybe not having the opportunity to have the fortune teller. I'll work on it. I'm working on it. Well, you better get working on it. There are a lot of there are a lot of assets that I'm using right now that were meant to be work in progress, and meant to be, like, meant to be replaced, and they haven't been replaced yet because a lot of work goes into everything. But that also means everything's a lot of work, and I haven't gotten to stuff yet. Trying to get the angle right. Does it only count as a view because, like, one view because I'm muted on Twitch? Let me see how that works. No. Alright. I have to fix something, do not mind me. Alright. Alright. I think maybe switching it to 30 frames may have been an issue. Let me drink water. My throat's starting to get a little dry. All right. Okay, so there we are. That is loading for me. That is a little bit of an issue. Twitch has been a little funky for me on my phone lately, and double checking on my actual dashboard, it's saying that the bitrate is unstable. Keyframe interval too high, but the kbps has been stable for a while. So I don't know what. Today's sort of the test stream to see the issues that I have, see if I can fix them, as it is. I should have probably had breakfast today. Have you guys had breakfast? I hope you've had breakfast. In whatever time zone you're in, I hope you had the meal that is most associated with this time of day for you. Food is good. I should probably eat some... Wait, no, I did have breakfast. I had some breakfast burritos. I completely forgot, even though I ate them literally, like, a few minutes before starting stream. Like, I finished one soon before stream began. I should have remembered that. They were all right. They were pretty decent. They weren't my favorite. But I can't say they weren't exactly flavorful. They were definitely flavorful. They were worthwhile to have. Like, I'm glad that I had them versus not having them. There we go. Now, I don't know if that looks real, but that looks good. I think. At least to me. And honestly, people are going to be looking at it holistically like this. How much does that really matter, you know? like I'm trying to keep that mentality sort of in the back of my mind, you know, trying to keep it away from the forefront, that like, you know, most people are probably not going to view this in its highest fidelity. And like I'm trying to make sure that it's like, oh, I don't have to worry about things being like exact, but I'm also trying to keep the idea that it doesn't need to be good either out of my mind. Like, oh, people are only gonna see it off their phone, so it doesn't actually have to be good. No, it has to be good. I saw that one that one image I showed earlier. Like I saw it originally on my phone. That's how I knew it was good, because I saw it and I was scrolling on my phone on Tumblr in the bathroom. No, I was no, I wasn't shitting. I was fixing my mustache, which you can't see because I would rather not have my face shared you know, shared anywhere. Uh why did that why are you white? You know, that's fine. Me when I look into the mirror every single day. Why are you white? What's wrong with you? Not really, not really. I'm not the kind of guy to be like shameful or, you know, ashamed of what I am. You know, what really matters is who somebody is, and I try and be the best person I can be. There's definitely a fair bit of cultural context that I need to keep in mind as a person colored like mayo, you know. Uh, but you know, other than that, I don't really. What matters is making the present as good as possible and leading everything to a better tomorrow. Because you know, I unfortunately cannot do anything about the past, but I can help with the future. That's my job. My job and our jobs all together collectively as human beings is to make the world better. That's only part of the reason why I don't trust AI, because they're not AIs are not human beings. They don't need to have the same priorities that we should have. Now, I'm not gonna say a lot of people have the same priorities, because have you seen the Epstein files? I have. Not all of them. What I have seen is like the worst shit is bad. It's bad in there. Those files are bad, chat. Like, I know, ice cold take. Everybody has, well, not everybody, but every person has that take. That is bad. Human trafficking and murder, regardless of somebody's age, is bad. The fact that they are children, in many cases, does not make it better. It honestly makes it way worse. But you know, of course, the FBI, you know, Kash Patel's FBI has found that, you know, what was it? Yeah, Epstein was not a part of a massive trafficking ring. Don't worry, don't worry. Kash Patel has said that his favorite guy's best friend was not doing the bad things that he was doing. No, don't worry. And you know, now with Discord's age verification, where everybody's a teen by default. I'm sure that's gonna go well. I say sarcastically, lying. A lying liar. It is. Listen, it's not gonna go well. It's gonna go very bad. Kids are gonna get past restrictions because they don't want to have restrictions put on them. I know I didn't as a kid. And so they're gonna show the systems that they're adults even though they're not, and they're gonna get into adult spaces. And then a lot of adults are they're gonna conveniently be in the teen by default section, and then they will be able to interact with children. And to say that that'll always go bad would be a big lie, because in a lot of cases, for most people, that's not gonna go bad. But you know what they say about bad apples. The bad apple releases chemicals that rot the rest of the apples. Like actually, that is a thing that apples do. That's why one bad apple can ruin the whole batch. It's sort of like how with those ice agents that killed Alex Preddy, uh, where one person uh, shot a bullet when it seems like completely like they were running away with the gun and then it went off. Fucking idiots. They don't even know how to use a gun properly. I'm glad they don't. I'm glad they don't know how to use a gun properly. I don't think they should know. I don't think they should be using guns, frankly. There's so much more I could say, but I'm not going to. I just wanted to know I am not a moderate on positions, on certain positions. I that is important to keep in mind. Okay, and then yes. Yeah, a lot of Democrats are like, man, they need better training. Like, the training is gonna stop them from being monsters? You know? Alright, there's that. That automatically makes things look a little bit better. That's good. Splendid. It definitely feels like a lot of people are trying to push everything to be bad really quickly. That has never happened before. Well, not that it's never happened before, but it hasn't happened a lot. Like usually stuff getting worse. It takes time. You gotta get the frog acclimated to the heat in the pot. Right? But they're not doing that. And so I wonder how fast they're running out of time. Running out of time. Bam. I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody. Let me see. Alvida, Peppico, Kobe, Luffy. No, I got them. No, no, not you, Seamus. Oh, poo. I got them. So apparently witches are real in World of Darkness. I just had a whole train of thought that led me to somewhere completely unrelated. We're talking about this now. And I need to look more into them, honestly. Because they seem like they're different from, like, a mage. Right? A mage from the titular mage, the Ascension. I want to know what actually happens after a mage ascends. I don't know how that works. Like, I know they're seeking ascension, right? Or are they fighting ascension? Because, like, Vampire the Masquerade, right? They're in the Masquerade because they can't be known by the human world, because if they're found out, they'll be hunted to extinction. Because, you know, they're fucking... Look at what we did to wolves. Look at what we did to wolves and everywhere. Right? Wolves and bears. Right? Like, oh god, they're a threat to us, and then we kill them. We kill them all. We do that to other people, too. So, like, it's not exactly the biggest stretch to be like, oh, yeah, the Masquerade. Of course it has to exist. Otherwise, they'd be fucking hunted. They're already being hunted. And then there's, like, Werewolf the Apocalypse. They're trying to stop the apocalypse. Or maybe the apocalypse has already happened and we're dealing with the aftermath. I don't know. There's some debate on that. Alright, and then there's, like, Hunter the Reckoning. I'm a little less certain about that. I think the Reckoning is the idea that, like, the monsters, you know, the things that go bump in the night, we are the Reckoning. Right? That's sort of the idea of Hunter the Reckoning. Then there is... Demon the Fallen. It's like, yeah, the demons are the Fallen. That makes sense. I don't even know what that game is all about. Like, frankly, I should probably look into what the game is actually about. Wraith the Oblivion, you're fighting against the Oblivion, right? You're trying to avoid succumbing to Oblivion, I should say. Alvida. You know, what have you, like, just so on and so forth. There's other ones like the Mafia book. There's Mafia. There's that one game line that we don't talk, well, we talk about, but we don't play, that, makes a whole ethnic group of people into, magical creatures in the World of Darkness. You know, the Romani. The Roma, you know, them, which is frankly a bad thing to do to any group of people. Mafia also kind of does that-ish. I forgot to erase something. Oh, wait. What? You know, and let's see, there's, I don't know what Mummy's epithet is, because there's, oh, did I forget that one too? We're finding all my mistakes. Mistake rectified. Hello, Evil Homer. Okay, that was an actual eraser. That's good. I don't know what, like, I know what Mummy's about. I've seen the Burger Creek video, which if you hadn't, I highly recommend you go watch. Right, I know what I know what it's about. I just don't know what its epithet is. Mummy the Resurrection. That makes sense. Mummy the Resurrection, because you're resurrected, you know, as a World of Darkness mummy, you are resurrected, and your new, your like new life is sort of a complement and contrast of your old one, which is sort of interesting. It plays around with death in a similar but different way to Wraith. It's definitely one I want to give a try. It's definitely not a living game. It's old. It's an old game line. I want them to bring it back, because I want to try it with modern World of Darkness rules. I'm completely bullshitting these legs, by the way. I have no idea how this shading even works. Wait, yeah, no, because it would sort of go like this. At least in my mind. In my powerful mizzened, I have awoken. I am now a mage. In World of Darkness, and what I believe goes. Oh, I think I've talked about my Mage the Ascension character idea. If like one of my friends ever does a Mage the Ascension game, I have a particular character idea I have in mind for like the first character I want to play in the system. And she is a nun. She is a very devout old nun. Uh, in my mind, I'm sort of mixing this one nun from El Guapo versus the Narco Vampires. The one that goes, "No more bare knuckle fighting, mijos," like that lady, and then everybody starts beating the shit out of each other with like lead pipes and like makeshift weapons and shit. Like her and that one nun from Red Dead. Uh, you know, the one where Arthur Morgan is like, "I'm tired, sister. I'm tired. I'm afraid." Like her, the one goes, "Take a chance that love exists and do a loving act." Mm. You know, her whole idea is that when she awakened as a mage, her avatar took the form of like an angel messenger. Right? Like one of those humanoid angels that like come down speaking the glorious news that you now have a large amount of responsibility. And she is now on a mission. A mission from, she believes a mission from God. Who's to say it's World of Darkness? The idea of the Abrahamic God objectively exists in the Umbra because God is an idea in people. But also might just be real, like real. So like at a minimum, an umbral spirit. a very powerful umbral spirit, and at most, literally real. Like, you know, funny world of darkness. Oh, let me stretch some. Oh, yeah. You know, and she's on a very important holy mission from God, she fully believes. And that mission happens to be, you know, helping the poor. You know, helping the poor and the sick and the needy and, you know, all that stuff. You know, not some, like, holy crusade to smite the enemies of the Lord or whatever, right? But, like, being down in the communities, helping people, and it manifests in ways that, like, in the Bible, right? Miracles happen. But also in ways that, like, you know, look just like a good happenstance, right? Look like just good things happening. Because, you know, obviously, at least to her, right? And how her magic manifests. Now, obviously, God works in mysterious ways. God works through her. It is not her who is doing these things, but God through her, and so on and so forth. But in fact, even though I am not myself a Christian in any sense, I am well versed in a lot of teachings because one of the people that helped raise me is a ordained and educated pastor. And so I just sort of, you know, pick up on these sorts of things. However, I need to do more research on Catholicism because whole separate branch of religion, rather than like Protestant baptism, but like in a genuine way, not like a lot of these Southern Baptist pastors that are just like evil, like just evil people, you know. But like, you know, she is definitely more focused on works rather than belief, right? Like she believes wholeheartedly, right? Like, of course she does. But like, what matters is doing good. And so she's on a mission to do good. She always just so happens to have just enough for everybody, right? That right? And people heal faster when under her care. You know, people who are blind, like who are blind dead, rather, people who are blind dead regain their sight. People who lost, you know, lost functionality in themselves find themselves able to do what they once did again. That sort of thing. Classic miracle. And what I think is interesting about her as a character is that, like, a lot of characters would, like, or people even, would be like, ah, yes, I had a vision from God. And then, like, start a cult over it. I just genuinely want to play a good person. Like, a genuinely, objectively good person. Somebody who you could describe as saintly, right? So somebody who only cares about doing good for people, making the world a better place, fighting evil where it rests in the hearts of people and in the suffering, of humanity, right? And that sort of thing. An important part of this character's relationships with people is that she doesn't know this. One of her closest friends, who also aids in sort of in this mission, in a literal sense mission, I suppose, is a boggin. Yeah, so it's a boggin, right? The changeling. I believe so. And they gain their glamour from an honest day's work, helping people, that sort of thing, right? And I believe that this changeling is absolutely gorging himself on the glamour produced by her being a mage and and the good that she is doing. And I want to go through this with like the storyteller of any given future Mage the Ascension game. That like I also want this character to be a contact for a hunter. You know, of the titular Hunter the Reckoning. Because I don't know, I think that would be fun. I think I'm gonna work on the shading of one of the figures at a time, rather than like going all through. Because this is a little bit of a tall order. All of a tall order-ish. Tall order adjacent. Let me reset the size, because there are many cases where you need shading. There we go. I don't know why I said that, because that makes literally no sense. There we go. Yeah, this is a character, like at least in my brain, I've gained some attachment to. They are the Blorbo for my brain. They do not exist yet. They literally do not exist yet. They are not a part of any existing game. They are barely written down. Right? They are the Blorbo from my. She is the Blorbo from my brain, and I love her dearly. I love my little nun grandma in my head. My little head grandma. Man, and she's, you know, she is very, like, she puts a lot of her time and effort and brain power into, you know, fighting against the evils of this world, which come from mass suffering. And like for instance, she understands that if somebody needs to feed their baby, they are willing to do anything, right? Like that sort of idea. If they and the people that they love and care about are to survive, and they need to do something bad to do it, they will do it. And so providing for people like this, you know, providing for people, making sure they have enough, not just in the sense of material needs, but also emotional well-being. There we go. You know, make sure they and the people they care about are safe and all that sort of thing. Then most people, not all, most people will be good. Right, the nature of humanity in her eyes. I'm talking entirely from her perspective. The nature of humanity is sin, not evil. There's a difference. Right? Sin is an act. In you know how she sees things, and how I got jump scared by candy, and I have candy now. I'm very appreciative. But the nature of humanity in her eyes is that humanity is not evil, because evil is a state of being. Sin is an action. Good people can and often are sinful, but most people are good. And so she's trying to curb that, sort of nip that in the bud. And I sort of like that idea. And I think this is the first character in a long time that I've made where I've been like passionate about them as a person. Like, usually when I make characters for a game, it's relatively shortly before the game is to happen. This is a character that I have no idea when it's gonna take place. Like, at all, whatsoever. I have no clue, even if there's ever going to be a Mage the Ascension game. But, like, I love the idea of, like, a mage's avatar being a messenger, like an angel messenger. You know, that is so fascinating to me. I fear that if because I think this is looking fine, right? I think this is a fine looking bit of shading. I fear that if I come back and look at it later, it's gonna be like the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen. And I think a big thing I want to emphasize with this character is that I also sort of believe in the that you know it's about action. It's about what you do. You know, good. How do I put this? I believe that good is something that you must do in order to make things good. Right? And I think, like, you know, nothing is going to get better unless you try and make it better. You need to hold the reins of fate in your hands and steer it in a good direction. That's what I believe, and I want to sort of explore that in this character who is sort of doing that. And I'm not big on anti-theism, you know? Just because I don't believe doesn't mean believing is bad. Especially if believing leads you to do good things for people. Right? What really matters is that you're doing good things for people. And you're helping. And not the world is getting better through your actions. That's what matters. And, you know, if you believe that there's a God out there that wants you to do these things, then more power to you. But Cat wants out. Hi. Huh? What up, miss? No? Alright. Sounds like somebody's doing work out there. And by out there, I mean outside of Okay, now do you wanna? Oh no, she just wants to yell at somebody. I love dots. Me looking at Polka Dot Man. I love dots. I eat the polka dots off of his skin and I explode. You keep screaming at the door. You want out? There we go. Alright. I also kind of don't want to work on assets today because I want to keep the fortune teller a surprise. I'm realizing. It would be funny to do a sort of with everybody that's done that redeem, just sort of to do a about that beer I owed ya sort of thing, like Barney Calhoun. Well, no, I could work on a different thing. I just don't want to work on the I just think I don't want to work on the fortune teller today. Because I do need to do the the rest of the ringleader model. I could, if I really wanted to, settle for like just one really good model. But I don't want to do that. I'm the mimic. I'm the fucking mimic. I'm the mimic. I'm the fucking mimic. I'm the mimic. I'm the fucking mimic. You know, as the song goes. And so you know, my whole thing is I want to have a bunch of different suits, you know, PG-Tuber models. And swap between them as the need arises. Which I guess might be partially why it's taking so long. Oh. I've learned something. Also, I think maybe my YouTube got messed up. Is my YouTube black? Hold on, my YouTube's not loading in video. YouTube? I can hear myself. Let me reload. Okay, so... Okay. Let me... something's going on. Okay, wait, no, it's... I see it on my... When I just watch it as, like, a normal stream, not in my phone, then it's... cool. Okay, I'm gonna pop out chat just so I can see things. Alright. Alright, and then I can actually turn this one on. There we go. Oh, I didn't see things through. Man, I learned session of a thing is canceled, and I'm a little... You know, my favorite band broke up. I'm a little bummed about it. I want to hear about why, because I care about my friend. Right? Also, my concern for my friend is starting to take over my want to play. I was like, oh no, why is it canceled? And I was like, oh no, why is it canceled? Oh hey, streamer I like is going live now. Shout out to the Drock Show on Twitch. Alright, so here this is, that's fine. Alright, yes, okay. Is it straight down? Yeah, no, that's straight down. I'm just gonna have that be flat. Oh, I learned why it's canceled, and I completely understand. I'm glad things did not go wrong. I'll tell you that much. Like, well, things went wrong, but I'm glad things aren't catastrophic. I'm glad that my friend is safe, is what I mean. Alright, there we go. Because I don't know. It's good to care for your friends. You, points through the screen, you should care for your friends. To put it very simply, there's a good reason why I don't use Adobe products, besides the fact that they're expensive. Adobe is bad. Adobe is bad and sucks, and cancel your subscription now. If you have an Adobe subscription, you shouldn't. Just like Discord Nitro, don't get Discord Nitro. And if you have it, cancel it. Cancel it. Cancel it now. Yeah, Adobe sucks. Don't use it. Use something that is free and open source, like Krita. Points at my drawing software right here instead. It's very good. And if you need to edit, I've heard DaVinci Resolve is pretty good. If you want a premium like paid option. I use Blender personally for my editing because it's good enough. It is more than good enough. I'll respond to the message once I'm done streaming because I want to say something, but or maybe I'll get on with friends later. You know, on voice chat. Wrong color. Wrong color, Kronk. Wrong color. Man, hearing myself make the same joke 3 times really shows how unfunny it is. Like hearing it out of my own mouth, then through one stream, and then finally through another one. That is, that's definitely very interesting. Yeah, for me, there is literally no, like, open air when I'm just talking, because it's like I'm talking, and then I'm talking, and then I'm talking, and now I understand why people find me annoying. Dear God. Great heavens. But other people enjoy my presence, so, you know, it's really personal taste. Okay, and I think this shadow will follow a little more closely like that. Yeah. I hope sound volumes are good for everybody, because it's fine for me. My only issue is that on my media player on my end, the music is a little loud sometimes. On sorry for the pause. On stream, it sounds fine, at least to me. Okay, there we go. And then I think something like that, maybe. This is entirely guesswork on the part of my own self here. God, I fucking hate Adobe. I hate Adobe, and you should too. I've used it before. I've used it for class before. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Adobe's bad. Behold the arm. I'm also trying to remember that not everywhere needs to have the same shading gradient as this, because sometimes they don't have the deeper shadows. Which I think I'm gonna keep in mind with some of this. Just to show, like, yeah, there is some shading, but, like, you know, it's, you know, nothing too big. Don't worry about it. Don't mind that it's pulling out a knife on you and gonna stab you and kill you. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't mind that I'm eating more dots. They are delectable candies. I really appreciate the person who got them for me. This one has a little bit of a defect, so it kind of looks like it has a brow ridge and a nose. It looks like one of those realistic villager images from, like, really early. Like the 2010, like mid-ish 2010s. This, on the other hand, does need some of these deeper shadows. I'll have shadow. Also, I have some complaints about Minecraft. It's a good game. I like it. These complaints are not coming from somebody who does not like Minecraft or enjoy playing it, because I would be a big lying liar who lies if I said that I do not like Minecraft. But I have some complaints. Java Edition. Let me join my game, or have somebody join my game through invite just as easily as Bedrock. And Bedrock, let me freely change my username. My Bedrock username is one that I had back in middle school, and it costs money to change it, because it's associated with my Xbox account, which I also need to change. You know, it's the same one. And it's like, man, I sure would like to be my modern moniker of Big Boy Gaming. You know, that would be great. I can change that on Java, which I did. I am Big Boy Gaming. And yet, like, you know, you can't. There's some things that you can do on Java that you cannot on Bedrock, and some that vice versa. And I would like to just be able to play Minecraft. I like Minecraft. Alright, there we go. Darken that as well. I have a question. Oh! 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 I think this being the final layer of shadow is fine. On Alvida, actually. I think this is fine, actually. Oh boy. Alvida, I'm so sorry. Well, not sorry. It's probably not gonna look bad. It's just, you know, it needs an extra little bit of highlight. You know, as it were. I can actually probably increase the size of the brush and be fine. Yeah. Also, I might want to go with the canon of the live action with a certain thing of making Alvida a bit darker. Her live action actor is very pretty. And I didn't know what they were gonna be able to, like, what they were gonna do with her like losing a lot of weight, because that's just the thing that happens with Alvida. I saw it recently. Like yeah, she just lost weight. Like the actor, she just lost weight. But you know, she lost weight, and it's like in both cases she's very pretty, and I'm glad that they did that with like the actor choice, you know, the choice of actor, and I hope that she's happy being thin because she looks happy. Right, she looks like she's happy with her weight loss journey. I was wondering why my YouTube one sounded different. And it's because I am wearing 2 sets of over-the-head headphones right now. I welcome to Cyberpunk. I'm going cyber psycho. Congratulations. This does definitely give a little bit more volume. Plus, you know, once I get to the highlight color, then there will be yet more. I think there's a cat at my door. Hi, ma'am. All right, there we go. Very good. This shading is actually not that easy. Yeah, you know what? I can carve it. Yeah, you know how I said it's a bit more like sculpting. I can just carve it. I'm carving it. I'm carving it. Guy's named Carver. Yeah, I think Alvida will really come to life. Like once I add the highlights. Like she already looks pretty okay. Let me actually. Yeah, there's nothing wrong anatomically. Hi, miss. What you meowing about? Hi. You want my attention or something? You want my attention or some shit? Well, you're getting it. Hi. Giving you chin scritches and such. Hi, how's it going? Yeah. I don't mind the added echoiness. I was actively looking away from my computer. Which, fun fact, I'm using an integrated mic. This microphone is just in my computer. My friend Clockwork Stephanie actually has a pretty decent mic quality. You know, their headphones with the mic are falling apart, but the actual quality is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's better than my quality. And my quality's not actually that bad. I've heard way worse. Alright, there we go. That's fine. I think that looks good. Maybe. Okay, now I'm looking up. Hi. Hi. Old girl. Hi, how's it going? Hi. What you meowing at? Hi. Adding some shadows in select places. Oh yeah. Rolling around at the speed of sound. It's me, Jack Black. I'm playing Sonic the Hedgehog. Skidoosh. You have to help me defeat the evil Eggman. Beep, 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 beep. Alvida Zane. I can feel myself starting to get to the point where I'm just like, man, I just want to chill and draw. But then I remember I am... I'm an entertainer. I need to be entertaining. Come on! Snaps the whip at my clown. Be funny! Be funny now! Beach, 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 be-dee-dee-doo, be-doo-doo-doo, be-doo-doo. It-dee-dee-doo, birch, 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 doo-doo-doo. Don't mind the clicking noises. I just heard them. Okay, so my mic quality is actually not that different. That's good. That's something I was a little worried about. Like, I was hearing some differences, but I think I can chalk those down to I could chalk those down to what was it? I'm forgetting words. I'm forgetting words in the only language I speak. Chalk those down to technological differences in the different headphones that I'm wearing. Do, 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 do. Here's the hard part, Mr. Squidward. The pants. Mr. Krabs, you're gonna miss the panty raid. God, I remember watching that episode before it got pulled. I'm not gonna say it was good. I'm not gonna say it, didn't need to be pulled off the air. Because I believe it may have needed to be pulled off the air. I think it may have been good that that happened. But I did see it. That is an episode that I have witnessed with my own two eyes. We are trying something kind of interesting out. Alright, how is that? That looks good. These highlights are sort of giving life to this piece, which is sort of what I was looking for. You know, have this not be completely at the top to help emphasize that it may in fact be shiny metal or some shit. I forgot to shade the eyes. That's a quick fix. Do 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 do. Add highlighting just cuz. Well, not just cuz, but yeah, my new favorite game, just cuz. I definitely think she takes good care of her lips, so they will be especially shiny. Maybe shine up her front teeth a little bit, or not just her front teeth, but mostly, because they'll go deeper into her mouth and they won't have these highlights as much. I don't like that. I'm gonna not highlight the teeth anymore, actually. I think that's fine. Now, that looks pretty good. And then I can do that. Alright, maybe. Maybe, mayhaps. I'll keep my eye on it. I've got my eye on you. Oh, hi! Another cat was let in. Hi. Hmm. Going up on my lap, miss? Hi. You on up? There we go. Hi, ma'am. Oh, purring girl. Mm-hmm. I mean, I need to draw, so I need you to not rub your face on my hand. Mwah. Sacrificial hand. I'm left-handed, so that's more than fine. Oh. You know, I gave this, as soon as I had specified that that was a sacrificial hand, she switched. Oh boy. Mwah. I accidentally drooled on you, I'm sorry. Ma'am, I need this hand. Miss. Miss, sweetheart. And now it's on sweet. That's not her full name, by the way. I forget what her full name is, but it's something. Giving my cats full gummy like that, really matters in terms of privacy. Alrighty. The hand is also being done, and this is good. This is good. Not now, kitten whiskers. I'm working on drawing. I love a good alpha booster. I love me an alpha booster. You'll make advertisement. Advertisement. Hobby. This is an advertisement for hobby hopping. If you want to walk game miniatures in this place in Sweden, go to hobby hopping. What if? Did he? No. Wouldn't dare the thought. I saw that one, Jesse Cox short. I keep seeing it every once in a while, where, one person, they were like, what would you do, if you had magical girl powers? And one lady said, like, I'm just gonna say what it is uncensored, because she swapped around a couple letters. It's the lesbian sex. And they're like, you could just do that now! It's like, girl, yeah, no, you could do that now. Could two girls on purpose kissed? I believe yes. That is the wrong color. I do not want completely white. God, it is so uncomfortable being in a place that's like vast majority white. I'm a white person. It's uncomfortable for me too. It sucks. White people suck. I have to live with one every day of my life. I have to look. I have to look at myself in the mirror every day and know that I'm white. That's not like a guilt thing. It's just, man, some white people fucking suck. And these are these are the spaces I'm supposed to belong in, quote unquote. I definitely think accentuating the highlighting a little bit more at the top is a good idea. But you know, like I felt infinitely more belonging like some years ago when one of my friends, abuelas, like made made lunch than I ever did in any like predominantly white space, you know? Oh, there we go. Love you, Nenims. Mhm. Like, people who want ethno states are absolutely fucking insane. I don't want that. Alright, there we go. Oh, do you want that now, Gracie? There we go. Love you. She's a little crunchy today, but that's more something to keep an eye on rather than something to actively worry about. She's 19, almost 20. She's old. She's old. Like, I am in my early 20s. I have she's only like, what, 3 years younger than me ish? And she's a cat. Cats don't live very long. My cat Penelope, like, we got her when she was a little baby. And I've sort of not come to terms, but I've realized that I am going to watch her grow old. I hope that's what happens. Like, that's the best case scenario, actually. You know, to watch her grow old. And that's kind of sad. I think this is fine-ish. Now time for blending. Right, yeah, time for blending. If I smooth the flesh. When you take the skin and you smooth the flesh, you use anything that seems fresh. As a meatsy version of the show Chowder. You chop it all up and where you done. Rada 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 rada. So come on it. You wanna? Alright, there we go. Love you. Behold the splendor of my art, I guess. I can tell that I'm getting better by the day. Or at least the days that I make art, which is most days. I definitely, yeah, at the very least, I make art 2 times a week, at the minimum. And like I know I'm doing more. Now I have time for more because multi-streaming is actually working. Alright, I don't have to make VODs anymore unless something goes wrong. Which also means I have time to edit videos! I have time to edit now! That's what I've been wanting to do that for a while. I may actually go and I may go and do that. Like try and make a best of edit sort of deal. Of like particular like VODs, you know? Sort of get things nice and I decided that it was actually better unblended, so I don't know why I assumed that doing it in a different place would have made it better. All right, there we go. Oh, I forgot. I forgot a whole thing. Oh dear God, I forgot a whole thing. It's me, Septimo. My, you know, his funny, his funny Chainsaw Man, D&D game character. There he is. It's your boy, Septimo. I've been shown before, but for those who don't know, let me find myself. I'm finding myself. Is it an S? Season 1, Septimo gets smoked. Septimo gets smoked is a good one. I've shown that before though. A B C G H I J K L M N O L for Lil Septimo. I'm more proud of this one. It's not done yet. But this is when he's like just a little smoke guy. He's a little smoke guy in the vents. I'm a little Septimo. I'm very happy with it. As you can see, the cute little ass cheeks for the funny, you know. Some cherub ass, cheekage. Alright, so there's that, and then I think I can get away. I think I could get away with something. You know, I said to myself, I could get away with anything. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw another line of highlighting. And then I did. And then I did. It's real. I suspect that the highlighting is going to be a lot more effective on the club than the shading. Just because it is going to be black, like wrought iron. It is a black iron club. She is Iron Club Alvida. And that's just how things work. Now that's just how things be on this beach of an earth. Wah-pa-pa-da-pa-da-pa. Make that also blurred. I think hypothetically I may be cooking actually. Sick. Oh yeah, no, the unstable warning came only after I started doing 30 FPS. I'm probably gonna swap that back to 60 actually, because I won't be having to upload a VOD ever. Oh, this also means I'll be able to upload shit onto YouTube whenever I have school again, whenever I have class. So none of you fine people on YouTube will miss out on my beautiful voice and my pretty okay art. And I think that is the greatest blessing of all. Well, not really. The greatest blessing of all is is having good people in your life. Okay. The club has now been ironed. This will also be blended. This will be blended, so will you. Oh god, that reminds me. I'm playing in this other D&D game. A different friend is running it. That's like, imagine a mix of a D&D game, like a traditional D&D game, and the show Chowder. And we're going up against a bunch of ogres in a hot chili patch because we need chili peppers because we're doing we're setting up for the Sage Bowl, which is basically the Super Bowl. And the big like the big game that everyone is caring about is the Minor Shorty Niners and the Mighty Greenskins. And so we're searching for ingredients for this recipe, for these recipes. The redemption platter is called. And I apologize, I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, we're searching for these peppers, and ogres are there, and we get captured and brought into a tent, and it's hot ones. It's hot ones. We're ogre hot ones. We're eating peppers, taking fire damage. Well, we haven't gotten there yet this next session, but I'm so excited. This is like the best shit ever. What questions and hotter peppers? There's a voice I've been developing that's basically just the dwarf from Vermintide 2. He also does the ogre voice for the ogre I have for Darktide. It's alright, Unge. Alright. You know, you're not bad for a... Oh, I'm losing my voice, dear God, help me. Alright. I was about to say there's that, but she's not done yet. You think Alvida's done? Let's see how this is with this on. Ah. Ah. I'm sure this will look pretty good once everything's done. Like, it's not actually that bad, right? Like, it's not that bad. It's just that, man. No, I'm excited. I just remembered. I'm excited to get to some of the other straw hats. I'm gonna be getting to some more straw hats soon. The East Blues were a lot of straw hats are introduced. You know, there's Zoro, there's Nami, there's Usopp, there's Sanji, right? Like, so all of them together, uh, is like, you know, they're fucking cool. They're awesome. They're fucking awesome. Sly, the Straw Hats are awesome. Sly. Ah, there's something so soothing about this soundtrack. I know I've brought this up before, but it is magical. Man, with uh, what I think I want to do with editing is edit down sort of things as they go along. I think a series as they go along, right? Stream series as they go along, sort of like the best of doing Gold Roger, King of the Pirates, which was the first One Piece fan art, and then doing like Shanks, and then doing you know, the pirates, the straw hat, not the straw hat, the red hair pirates, and then yeah, sort of doing the best of them, trying to edit everything down to be good, and then be like, point to the fonts and be like, ah, ah, ah. If you want, if you wanna, watch the VODs, they're in this playlist. And sort of, you know, do that, just the very obvious shill, I know. Almost done shading Alvida. Well, almost nearly done, but not quite. Alright, there we go. And now, land. The shoe may need an extra little highlight doohickey. Like that, maybe. Make sure to blend plenty. Yes. Yes, I believe. I believe. Alright, chat has now returned to YouTube. Return to Yacht Web. Alrighty. Oh wait, no, I'm not done. The hand. The handle! Alright, I'm going to save this. There we go. Alrighty. So, here's actually what I'm gonna do. Alright? I feel like that's a good place to stop. I can continue with more shading later. I'm not in any particular rush to get this done. And I think this was a good test stream. Next time, I think the unstableness issues and some of the delay may be fixed. So I think some of that will be fixed. And so I'm going to go to just chatting. And I'm going to do my ending read now. I've been Bajongle, so you can follow me over on Twitch. And you can subscribe over on YouTube. On Twitch, it is Bajongles1. On YouTube, I'm sure you're watching this on YouTube, but on YouTube, it is Bajongles on Demand at Vajongles. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on Blue Sky and Tumblr, both at Big Blair at One username Bajongles. And I suppose with that, I could probably actually keep my old ending readout because the end is like, if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. And so with that, it has been a wonderful time. I will be back on Thursday to do some clown game concept art. And then on Sunday, we'll be playing more Blasphemous. It'll go good this time, I swear. And so with that, it has been a wonderful time. I will catch you all on the flip-flop.